Good morning. We have got rain, finally. It was way too dry out here. Got a nice inch rain down where I live, south of here. 4 inches, 8 inches of rain. Just rivers, lakes in the fields. Not a good sign, but here at the farm, we got a perfect amount of rain. Couldn't be happier. But that means that we will not be in the field today, so I'll be hauling grain. Dad is grabbing the 7600 now. We're gonna get this 8-inch auger hooked up to our middle bin there. We've got the middle bin full and quite a bit left in our big bin, so it's time to move grain. Now that it's finally dropped in price, we may as well get it out of here. While he's dragging that over there, I'll grab a tarp for him. We're gonna put a tarp down underneath that auger so that the corn doesn't just fall over the ground. We like to contain it a little bit. We can't really get the plastic boots. We do have some of these here that auger just kind of sets in. Can't get them underneath the withdraws. They don't really work the greatest anyway, so we just wrap a tarp up as tight as possible. That way we don't have so much to clean up. Yeah, hopefully the Kenworth starts. Should probably check the oil and stuff first too.
The spoon's been tapped. You're right in the middle of the safe.
About 2 quarts low. I'll go grab some oil. Well, Dad's grabbing his truck, so that's not a good sign. Assuming it didn't start. It's been sitting here a while though, so I kind of figured. Definitely got a connection.
It's definitely dead too.
I kind of figured. Air filter needs blown out as well. Got a handy dandy sight gauge here for when the air filter's plugged. Dad's got a new filter. We're not even gonna mess with it. Just put the new one in. There we go. Now we can push this little button. Get that reset. Cover back on. She's good to go. She is just a tad low on coolant. That's a little better. Okay, we'll go finish setting up now. Just wanted to make sure that thing was charged. We figured it was dead, so just leave the truck running there. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in here. The mice have just absolutely destroyed this thing. They ate all of my paper towels, and they even got into my Tums, for gosh sakes. At least they didn't chew up the lottery ticket though. Yeah, they just, I mean, they ate the flags, the markers, the paper towels, like I said, my Tums. Why? It was like the only warm place that wasn't baited on the farm, so I guess they all figured it out and had a party in here. So this has got to have a vacuum and some air fresheners, because it reeks in here. We have a nice clean truck again. That was bad. I didn't realize that my niece had left some Baby Bell cheeses in here. Let me tell you, the mice love them. Both of those doors are closed, so I should be good to start loading. It's been a minute. I think my auger's a little too high as well. Definitely come down some. Good. Now that I've got it loaded, I guess I should probably do a little pre-trip inspection here. Pretty sure everything's fine. It was just sitting there. Seems like everything that just sits there somehow breaks, so. Need some oil. Need some oil on that one, I think. Yeah. The rest of them are okay. I had to replace that last fall, so it's no surprise it might be a little low. And I had this in the cab because I did change that. I was trying to get it filled. Of course, once you run, you can't really tell. You gotta let it sit and check it in the mornings. And so I've got 25,000 bushel of corn to haul this May. Oh, hey, our beans are up. Chickweed's up too. I wonder what's going on there. Chemical not work? Was it too cold? It's concerning. Anyway, off track. Got 25,000 bushel to haul. I'm gonna be heading it to the ethanol plant about, I don't know, 35 minutes away or so. Should be a pretty laid back run. Still very early May, so I've got about 400 acres left to spray. Should be able to get that done easily in 2 days. And then just haul the rest of this corn. Well, that's one truckload down, only 24 more to go. Gotta love trucking. Well, yesterday we just hauled all day. It was quite boring. But today the field's dry enough. It's beautiful out, absolute zero wind. So I'm gonna finish up the corn spraying. Should be able to get 200-300 acres today fairly easily, if not more. It's nice large fields that we've got. So with no wind, I should be able to run about 12 miles an hour. First things first, we're gonna fix the meter on that nurse tank. Get some batteries put in it. Sight gauge isn't working very well. I'm usually about 50 gallon left or so when I get done with the field, so we think it might be the sight gauge is off just a touch. I should probably fuel the sprayer. Dad is loaded up, ready to go with the chemicals. This thing is fueled. Long way. We're ready to go. We'll get this spraying done. I'm gonna go grab some drinks. I'll be in a cab all day. Oh man, that is so much quicker loading when I've got him making sure the water's good and water level's good and handing me chemical and all that other stuff. And now he's gonna run and grab water with the nurse tank, grab more chemicals with the truck so that I can just keep running. I've only got 400 acres left to spray. I've done a pretty decent job of keeping the sprayer right behind the planter. Close behind the planter anyway, so. It's corn, clear mat bounds, 10 gallon an acre, auto, or manual, excuse me, turn compensation, overlap, erase the map. Get all that taken care of. I'm gonna run 45 PSI, drop it down a little. The wind did pick up, but it's still saying only 10 mile an hour. So it's not too bad. But we'll slow down a little bit, make sure that we're not losing any of the chemical off of the ground here. It's not just blowing away. Get the head out. We'll run about 7 mile an hour. Mapping is backwards, so that's nice. Long and I already got to fill again. Another pit stop made, another 60 acres I can spray. Once I'm finished with this field, I only have about 270 acres of corn to spray left. I did end up getting quite a bit done prior to the storms that moved through here earlier this week. I'll be finishing up this corn tomorrow. And then we've got 2 more fields of soybeans, about 100 acres, that had cover crops on them. One, the cover crop was so good that we figured we could probably just wait, not even spray it. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that now just to kill the rye. I don't think there's any weed pressure there because the rye just suppressed all those weeds. And the other farm, that rye wasn't coming up as well. And so we wanted to wait until we had a little better stand on the cover crop before we killed it. So I believe all of our beans are out of the ground finally. We planted our beans starting, I don't know, probably the 20th of April. We waited a little ways until we knew that we were going to see the temps warm up a bit, or we thought so anyway. Got all our beans planted and then turned around and we were going to switch to corn, but it was still getting 35 degrees at night, so we waited a ways. He even has a phone. I really don't. Yells at me for never answering my phone. So what do? I go out and I buy an Apple Watch so that I never miss his calls. And here he is. I called for help twice. And not a screw you. Or what do you need? Nothing. Hello.
Yeah, I see you called.
Yeah, do you want to bring, you got wrenches in the truck?
Wrenches, yes.
Something on the back of the sprayer, it's the main pressure valve, I believe, needs tightened up. It's leaking just a touch.
Oil or chemical?
Oil or chemical? No, no, it's not. It's not gonna blow out. It's literally just, it just needs tightened up a little bit. I believe it's just a valve. Okay, we are done with this 100-acre field. Pretty wonky field though. Anyway, we're off to a nice square 80. Yeah, it's this guy here.
Oh, that's the one they just put in.
Well, they put this T in, yeah. This was here, but they put this T in for the cap stand system.
Yeah.
But it was leaking here, dripping down.
See what that does.
It just tightened it that way, yeah. How tight is that now?
A lot better than it was.
It might work.
Slow it up at least.
Might work, and quite frankly, that may be how it was, and it just kind of rattled its way over, loosened enough where it's leaking. So,
Well, we need to pull at least this one. Yeah, truly tighten up. He just played this one.
yeah. Okay. Well, we'll try it.
That probably has got it slowed up.
Yeah, because it wasn't leaking that bad. I just knew it
Might have cured it.
was. We'll find out. I got out to use the restroom and seen it was leaking off the back. Okay, I'm loaded, ready to go. Another 80. While we were loading, I noticed that one of the wheels had some hydraulic oil on it, on the inside. Which is never a good sign because every single one of these wheels has its own wheel motor. And I mean, it's okay if they leak. It's not a huge deal. Usually you hit them with a few shots of grease and it just seals that back up. But when they do start leaking, it's typically just downhill from there. You can get away with it for a while, just greasing them, getting them sealed back up, but we had the same thing happen on the front right wheel over here, and after a little while, we had to fork over some money for a new wheel motor, and I'm sure the other side is just not that far behind. So, although this just started doing it, we could probably run it a couple of years, just greasing it. But those wheel motors, one, they're hard to find, because this is a 2004, I believe, 1064 Road Gator. There's really no dealers around here anyway, but I want to say the one wheel motor was like 12,000 bucks or something crazy like that, so it's probably more now. Inflation, it's 75,000 now. So this field we're on now, we call the Moore 80. Nice big rectangular field. One waterway through it, but it's very gradual, nice. Dad redid it a while ago, and it's not bad. A lot of the times the waterways are washed or there's cuts through them, and they're a nightmare driving through. But this one is the nicest waterway we have of all the farms. So, but not a big deal. We just put a border around it. We don't have our borders set up, so I unfortunately can't just drive and it'll shut off for me. I do have to border the waterways, so what I'll do is, on my left side here, my boom, how I typically do the end rows, I'll drive along the edge of the field. Then once I get to that waterway, I'll just turn and basically act like it's the edge of the field and spray along it as well, so that when I'm doing my down and backs, the sprayer will shut off as I come to the waterway, because I've already sprayed, and I'll just have to shut off the master with my foot there so that it doesn't spray through the waterway. Once we get our borders set up, I don't really have to worry about that anymore. It will be nice. Not sure if you can see that, but bordering the waterway now. It's a little rough going over these strips. We'll say that. I'll just keep right on rolling as long as I've got daylight. Time for lunch. It's 4:30. Perfect time. Not paying much attention. I think I broke something. I think it's just what I tied up. Okay, it is. Not that big a deal. I had this tied up because I broke this fence row nozzle here the other day. Well, I didn't break it, but the guy that put it on stripped the screw, and so it just kind of busted off with the pressure. And so I put a regular nozzle on over here and don't have a fence row nozzle. And so I just tied this one up, and I don't know why, but the stinking zip tie broke, so not a big deal. Just go grab another zip tie, I guess. It looked a lot worse than it was. Obviously, I seen one of those nozzles with the coil swinging around. I'm thinking, what did I bust off? This antique I found. I think it's what they call an arrowhead. Indians used to have these. That ought to fix it. Oh, another artifact. You good, buddy? Just finding all kinds of things out here. I finished up the 40 here. This is the other 40. We waited on these cover crops to come up. They really weren't showing when we planted. Bitter cold. I mean, nothing was growing. So anyway, that's our soybean field. This is actually a full 80. We just split it 40 and 40. So I didn't spray that. That field and one other field, the Salisbury Farm. There's 60 acres there. The cover crops there are about as tall as me, so we've got to get those killed. But we did wait on these, let them get a little heavier, because they kind of just look like a few weeds here and there. But they're in a good stage now. I'm going to go ahead and kill them. I'm going to finish the 93 tomorrow on the corn side, get rinsed out, switch back to beans, run over here, kill these, and then head to that Salisbury farm and kill the rye over there. By the way, I know the camera never does it justice, but good Lord, it is absolutely beautiful out. I think I'm done for the night. By the time I get loaded up with water and chemical, it's going to be way too late, so we're going to call it a night. I kind of wish I still had more chemical, because it just keeps getting more beautiful outside.